Majority of nurses hate research, and it's not our fault. It's because we've been taught to research backward for decades. And as someone who learned it backward and has researched and published a real problem, trust me, I have one or two things to say. So in this video, we'll be talking about the backward way that we teach research, what should come first, the damage that it has caused, and how to fix it. So let's dive in without wasting time. And we are starting with the backward way that we teach research. Think about it. After all the theories, the definitions, the types of research, the first thing that most nursing students learn is how to arrange their projects, not even why they are doing it. Nobody teaches how to identify problems that are worth studying. Nobody teaches you how to write your background, how to write your problem statements, or even how to write your objectives. Take me, for example, when I was taught how to choose a research topic, I was taught to go from broad and narrow it down. Nobody told me that this is how you find a real problem. These are the kind of problems that you should study. Now, if you're lucky, your supervisor might just have a 30-minute session with you, telling you what is expected of you, and that's what I got. And that 30 minutes talk is not enough. It doesn't cover what you really need to research a project and even publish it as an undergraduate. And that's the backward way. Next, let's talk about what should come first in teaching research. And under this, I have two things to talk about. And the first one is curiosity. Research should begin with curiosity, because rarely we teach students how to identify real problems, and this kills curiosity. If students are curious about a particular topic or about a certain problem, they would be eager to explore that problem, and that will reduce the rate at which research are being copied and pasted every time. So now, how can we start with curiosity as a researcher or as a lecturer? It's simple. You start by asking questions. Now, as a researcher, once you identify your area of interest or your specialty and where you want to conduct your study, whether it's school or it's in a clinical setting, you ask yourself, what frustrates me about this specialty? What do I see that makes me angry? Or what feels wrong? And as a lecturer that is teaching research, you ask your student, what don't you like about this profession? What do you see in clinical area that you feel it's wrong? They are going to discuss real problems and even suggest possible fixes. And because that problem is personal, they won't rest until they find a solution for it. Take me, for example. I didn't find many nurses making content about research, and I wanted to watch it. I was like, oh, I'm a nurse too. I could create that. So I started, and that curiosity became my motivation, and that's why I'm still here. Now, if you are a student and nothing frustrates you yet, maybe because you are not in practice, then ask someone that is in practice. Ask a nurse, what frustrates you at work? What don't you like about your shift? Where do you spend most of your time during your shift? And do you like it or do you hate it? That becomes your problem. Then ask yourself, why is it happening? Now, if you are asking yourself why it's happening, that's going to be your objective, because if you are trying to find out why nurses are frustrated at work, why they don't like being in this place, or why they don't like doing this in their shift. You don't have to figure everything out all alone, because that's what most students do, and that's why we keep recycling old research every single time instead of becoming critical thinkers and innovators. Now, the next thing I want to talk about under what should come first is real practice and not just theory. As a lecturer, do not bore students with endless definitions or endless formulas. Textbooks already do that, and textbooks are boring. So as a lecturer, make research come alive. Make research interesting for students. Go beyond teaching the method of data analysis and actually showing them the kind of tools they are supposed to use to analyze their data. If you tell a student run a chi-square test or use regression, show them how to actually do it. Show them the tools and teach them how to interpret their results. That's what I mean by real practice and not just theories. Now, let's talk about the damage caused by this teaching method. The result of teaching research backward is panic. Now, students panic over font size, font style, approvals. How should they format their research instead of falling in love with the process? And another thing is innovation gets buried under paperwork. Undergraduate research becomes another box to tick, like nobody cares. I just want to do this. I just want to graduate and go. I don't care. And later we see that nurses don't like research or nurses hate research while we train them not to. Now let's talk about how we can fix this. If we really want to fix it, we must flip the way we teach research. Start teaching through real stories, real problems. Ask, why did this intervention fail? Why did patient X recover faster? Why do clinical instructors humiliate student nurses in front of their patients? These are questions that connect to lived experiences. And also, as a lecturer, tell your own stories. Not stories like I was the best in my class. Mm-mm. Tell them your real struggles. Tell them what to expect from supervisors, from participants, and also tell them how to navigate setbacks. Relatability matters a lot because that's what shifts research from boring and frustrating to meaningful and interesting. If we teach curiosity first and format later, nursery research will finally feel alive again. So here's my challenge for you. Comment one thing that frustrates you the most in nursing. Let's turn it into a research idea together. If you haven't subscribed to this channel, can you do that? And I'll see you in my next video.